We are all raised with the fact that let's go to church on Sunday, do this for your spiritual leader, do this for your pastor, do this for your priest. But do we always remember that these people are just human beings and they can make mistakes as much as a regular person can make mistake? We give them so much priority, which is not a wrong thing. It is a right thing. But at the end of the day, we're not supposed to forget that these are human beings and they can make as much mistakes as a regular person. This is the story of Father Alinga. Father Alinga is a Kenyan Catholic priest who was arrested for murdering his friend. Apparently, Father Alinga was arrested because he murdered his friend who was apparently in love with they were in love with the same woman. So, according to the office of the director, DPP has laid a very, very shocking evidence in the Entebbe Chief Magistrate Court against a Catholic accused of brutally murdering a man in what appears to be a love affair, which turned, deadly. Father Alinga allegedly killed his close friend, John Bosco, an employee of the URA, that is the Uganda Revenue Authority, in a fit of passion after discovering his friend John Bosco had been involved with his secret lover. To make matters even worse, guys, making matters worse, his friend John Bosco his friend Father Alinga had accused John Bosco of exposing him to the church. According to our according to all the books of the Catholic, a Catholic priest is not supposed to be engaged in any love affairs, apart just from the, show love to the people of the church, but is not supposed to be engaged in any romantic behavior. Father Alinga, according to the prosecution evidence, he murdered his friend. There was a CCTV footage which showed that he murdered his friend, and then, according to the prosecutor's report, it shows that at around 11, the priest confronted his friend in the car, accusing him of spilling the secret to the church, of which, at a point before that, the priest had been seen purchasing a knife, which apparently the priest had already made up his mind that, nothing can talk him out of it. So the conversation turned heated, and in a moment of a blink of fury, he stabbed his friend in the neck. The wounded man, bleeding profusely, staggered out of the vehicle in a desperate attempt to save himself. A passing motorcycle witnessed Ngorok is John Bosco, frantic escape. The dying man pleaded for help, but before he could be rescued, Father Alinga chased after him, claiming he was a thief. When Mugisha hesitated, the priest changed his story, saying John was his brother and needed urgent assistance. Under the ruse, the priest joined Mugisha on his motorcycle, pretending to help track down the victim. But once he was caught up with the weekend Ngorok, he attacked him again. John Bosco, who was barely conscious, was placed on a motorcycle and rushed to the nearest hospital, where he made his final confession. He called his relatives, telling them to prepare to collect his body. Father Elinga had killed him over a woman. Those were his last words. The prosecution detailed how the priest, in the final act of cruelty, deliberately ran over John and the motorcyclist, knocking them off the road before abandoning his vehicle and fleeing off the scene of crime. Guys, I don't understand more about this, but there was a lot of CCTV footage. I think this is what they're going to use to, to arrest the priest, or for the judge to do his final judgment, for the judge to do his final verdict. there is a CCTV footage, forensic report, and definitely a postmortem examination will be done on the body, DNA analysis, and telephone records, among other pieces of evidence, will be used. And following all the charges, Chief Magistrate named Father Alinga as the prime suspect of the murder. So Father Alinga will remain in custody, awaiting for justice. Guys, like I said, no matter how someone has wronged you, no matter who you are, you don't have a right to take a life. I will keep saying this. You don't have a right to take a life. Let God do his work. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.